Apocalypse stars James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, and others. Apocalypse, the first mutant, awakens from his slumber, and he wants to destroy the world. Man, that's generic as shit. Bryan Singer directed this movie. He also directed Days of Future Past, which is my favorite X-Men movie. I honestly don't know which version is better. He directed the first two movies. I've seen them 3 times, twice on DVD and once on cable. There's a minor chance I'll buy them. I say minor because they're on cable sometimes. He directed Superman Returns, which sucked. We all know the dumbest scene.
Look, they're gonna kill that guy, isn't that great?
Although I loved Days of Future Past, I wasn't excited for this movie. The trailers were fine, they screamed generic. Critics hate this movie, people are split. I watched several reviews, a few were positive. I thought about making a normal review, it's pointless. I will talk major spoilers, I gave a shit ton away. X-Men Apocalypse was okay. It's a generic superhero movie with good acting. Yeah, I could say mediocre. I think of disappointing and lame. Apparently Bryan Singer felt he didn't have to improve the story. It's a traditional trilogy finale. If it were bad, it wouldn't be paying for it, at least I didn't think so. If you feel it's good, that's nice. Oscar Isaac plays Apocalypse. He's a good actor, but not here. He's dry, it's the makeup, and he doesn't have much to work with. He's not complex like Magneto or Stryker. He's generic as shit. He wants to destroy the world because he feels humanity is filthy.
He's an asshole.
Apocalypse wakes up in Cairo, Egypt. He's been asleep for centuries, so he'll be safe from bloodthirsty humans. He's not scared, he's observant. He has a unique ability. He can kill people by combining them with walls. Yeah, that's weird. He visits Storm in her house. He learns about humanity by touching her TV and scanning the airwaves. Cairo has a lot of satellites, although it's 1983. This is stupid. It reminds me of Avengers Age of Ultron, when Ultron learns about humanity by rapidly browsing the internet. I know they're smart, or at least Ultron is smart, but you can't learn about humanity in one day. Ty Sheridan plays Cyclops. He's good. I've seen him in Mud. He's the lead in Steven Spielberg's next movie, Ready Player One. I haven't read the book, but this movie's premise grabbed my attention. I'm sure I'll see this movie. Anyway, Cyclops is a typical American teenager. However, he's terrified of his ability. Shooting lasers out of your eyes sounds cool, but it's actually terrifying. He has an older brother, Havoc, who was in First Class. I forgot he existed because I've seen First Class only twice. Maybe Havoc is a forgettable character. He was fine here. I mean, he's not boring or annoying. Scott first learns about his ability in school. He goes to the washroom because his eyes are burning. A bully follows him. He's angry with Scott because he feels Scott was flirting with his woman. Scott's frightened. He fires a laser into the bully, destroying a wall. The bully's fine. I mean, he's not dead. We never see him again. We don't see how he looks being burnt up. If this movie were rated R, yeah, we would have seen his burnt up body. It would have been disgusting.
Shut up!
Jennifer Lawrence is a good actress, but not here. She phones it in. Apparently she's bored of the character. Mystique is a hero, but she's no celebrity. She doesn't want to be a celebrity. She's free of mutants. She meets Nightcrawler. She's usually in her Raven form. Apparently Jennifer is tired of wearing the Mystique makeup all the time. I don't blame her. I'm sure it's uncomfortable. I heard it was uncomfortable on First Class. Michael Fassbender's performance was heartbreaking. I was reminded how complex Magneto is. He's living in Poland, he has a family, a wife and daughter, and he's working at a steel mill. His family are plot devices. I knew they would die. They are accidentally killed by cops in a forest. Magneto easily kills them with his daughter's locket. It reminded me of a similar scene in Guardians of the Galaxy. Even if you dislike this movie, you can't say that scene was boring. Does anyone feel that scene was boring? I don't think so. Magneto returns to the steel mill. He confronts his co-workers. How would you feel if your loved ones were taken away from you? Apocalypse and his horsemen show up. Magneto's like, who the fuck are you? A woman laughed. Has anyone in your theater laughed? Maybe a lot of people laughed. I'm sure a lot of people laughed when Wolverine dropped the F-bomb in First Class. I knew about that line going in, so yeah, I didn't laugh. I probably wouldn't have laughed anyway. Quicksilver is an awesome character. How can anyone hate him? He has a bigger role than before. I love to have super speed, mainly because of the Flash. His Quicksilver scene is bigger than his previous one. How can anyone prefer his first Quicksilver scene? He evacuated everyone out of the Xavier Institute before it crumbled to the ground. That scene took a long time to shoot. He somehow knows Magneto is his dad. I thought he would tell him by the time the movie ends, but he doesn't. Maybe because Magneto lost his family, so yeah, it can be painful for anybody. Alright, let's quickly talk about Wolverine. The final trailer spoiled his presence, no big deal because we don't see his face, and I already knew he's in it because of Screen Rant. They frequently recycle articles, that's silly. Anyway, Wolverine's all captive at Weapon X, so he's called Weapon X. The X-Men save him. He kills some guards. It's a brutal scene, we see some blood. The scene's ruined by the editing, censorship editing. Surprisingly, Wolverine never speaks. I don't really think about pacing. The pacing in this movie was fine. The first half hour was slow, but not too slow, it's never boring. After that, the pacing is fast or leisurely. This may sound silly. By the time the climax started, I thought it would be the second to last fight, but no. If you love the climax, that's fine. I feel it was fine. It's CGI heavy, and I honestly didn't feel like the world was in danger. When it comes to trilogies, the third movie is usually the weakest. X-Men The Last Stand, Spider-Man 3, and Return of the Jedi. It's a good movie, but it's still the weakest of the original Star Wars trilogy. There's a scene where the young mutants talk about Return of the Jedi after they see it. I knew about the scene going in, so I didn't laugh. X-Men Apocalypse Get to See. It's not a bad movie. It's the weakest of the trilogy. It's a generic superhero movie with good acting. The effects are fine, I suppose. Let me know what you thought of X-Men Apocalypse. Which is your favorite X-Men movie? You can say Deadpool if you want. Let's quickly talk about Wolverine 3. I like Wolverine's new look, although scruffy beards aren't good, period. I can't be excited about the movie. I'm sure I will be excited when the first trailer comes out. I have a feeling this movie will be different. Maybe it'll be like a spy movie. As always, thanks for watching, guys. You can check out my Star Trek Beyond Trailer 2 reaction. It doesn't have any comments. I'm excited for the new Ninja Turtles movie. I'll talk to you later.